Hello everybody, welcome back. So, analysis remains the same as all week, effectively. We can see Bitcoin again pushing up to the top of this range, and it gives the false impression at the moment that we've definitely broken out. We get these trend lines, which it's consolidation, but you've mapped with a resistance, which is down facing, same with the support. It's not going to be perfect, especially when you date it all the way back to the 15th of March or something. So, it's been a long trend line that's been going for a long time, and you've had moments where you're above it. But it's just a guide. But personally, as I've been saying this entire time, we're more likely to break out around this time, not just because it's October. Remember how skeptical I was of October, quite rightly so, but just because the consolidation was due to continue all throughout the summer and complete, end of summer, which is basically what's happened. And so I'm looking for this to break out. First major target is going to be the previous all-time high around mid-70s, somewhere along $74,000, with a view to maybe even stretch immediately, basically, up to around 76,000, which is a nice little move, and you can't complain for a breakout. Remember, don't want to buy resistances or anything like that. All the buying should have been done throughout the consolidation throughout this summer. I mean, that's what it was all about. I mean, I can't wind the clock back for anybody who hasn't listened to me say over and over and over again that is my strategy. You will not catch me overexposing myself in any market unless I have a very specific bias for obvious, for the reasons that I talk about, not because I think or I feel or I believe. It's because I chart. Really, that's basically it. And yeah, we've effectively concluded that the expectation was that Bitcoin was going to complete its consolidation throughout this summer and then break out. Same with all of crypto, break out either this year, the end of this year, or we might even go to a period of accumulation. I'm mostly talking about altcoins, really. And look, we're going to look at the total too. We're going to have to do it. This is what we always have to do, just to hit the point across. And this, for those who aren't aware, has been my analysis since probably even as early as last December, that this is how we were going to run, and it remains the same. It's just exactly the same. So I believe that we're looking to break out, and look what's happening. So we've had this. This is the previous consolidation of the last cycle. Generally, this has been a much neater consolidation. We've found some lows. We have closed above this trend line. We are now moving up to the top of the descending triangle formation, and when we break, we will be looking like this, in a way. I'm not saying that we're going to move up to $4 trillion market cap. Well, we could, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying a breakout is, more or less as far as I'm concerned, predetermined to take place any minute, really, any minute. So any portfolio should have been curated throughout this consolidation, and really we should be just sitting pretty and now allowing for it to ride. Everything should just be ready to go. If we dip down lower, that's my expectation, we'll just get bought straight back up, because this is the deal. Right, so we'll have a look at, because again, the analysis is the same for Bitcoin. Nothing different on Bitcoin. It's all exactly the same. We're waiting for the breakout. Could take place tomorrow, could take place today. It might already be taking place, but the breakout is very likely to happen. S&P continuing to make new all-time highs. What a treat. Yeah, with the overheated money flow index read, which sort of gave us this area over here, and quite some significant bearish divergence, that's all getting cancelled out at the moment, and we're trying to make even newer all-time highs as we speak right now. Now, the Nasdaq has always been my preference when thinking about how crypto is going to go, and we've not made a new all-time high on that yet. Closed with a red yesterday. I'm thinking we're going to get bought up either here or here, and then we'll continue to go for new all-time highs, because the trend signal on the itchy cloud is still in play, and that's the thing that we love. Actually, speaking about the itchy cloud, I haven't checked it this morning. Yeah, it's still the same as it's been for the majority of this week. This is the annoying thing about the itchy cloud here. We're still level with the conversion baseline, so we haven't made a positive cross yet. We're close, and we get that, we'll get a trend signal, and that'll just help confirm my overall bias. Same thing with Monday morning's open. As soon as we get that Monday morning open, we're going to get a trend signal on a weekly chart here as well, which is going to be ace. So next week will probably be very bullish for Bitcoin specifically, and then through that should carry the rest of the market. which, you know, some of the market's struggling, some of it's doing better than others. My favourite of all is SHIB. SHIB is like absolutely banging. I've got some futures trades on at the moment that I've sort of posted the results of. They're still open. I'm hoping to keep those on for a long time. And SHIB's one of them, Doge's another one, XRP's another one. They're all still riding. They're all 10x leveraged, which is, you know, that shows how bullish I am generally. But SHIB is breaking out of this horizontal resistance, which is great because it means it's likely now to go on to the next level of pump. That's the 4 hourly, this is the daily. Just got to get above this 200x simple moving average. We have no trend signal yet. We had a trend signal cancelled out. We're likely to get another one probably at some point next week. And if you just go over to the weekly, you can see how really nicely this chart is forming. So the breakout, massive retest from effectively all the way back down at the lower levels, reclaiming moving averages above all of them, including that horizontal, turning up on momentum and money flow. So we are looking for this one to run. Now, it's not that I'm highlighting SHIB beyond anything else. I'm just, you know, I mean, a lot of the charts that I like, or the hodl positions I like, are usually displayed at the top here anyway. But if you want to join the Patreon, there's links in the description below for that. I think next month what I'll do is I'll have a November sale, because things are going to get pretty spicy in the market, I imagine, by next month. I'll bring the price of the normal Patreon down. I've brought the price of the middle tier down for those who want to take trading a bit more seriously. They can have communication with me. But next month, at the beginning of the month, so everyone gets better value for money, I'll bring the normal price down just for 1 month of the Patreon anyway. But that is it. There is nothing more to say. It's the same as I've been saying all week. It's the same as it is today. Nothing has changed. I'm bullish on the market. I'm waiting for this breakout. The breakout could take place any minute. And once we have that breakout, we'll see Bitcoin going on to new all-time highs, probably quite quickly. And the rest of the market will follow. It'll be choppy for altcoins, very choppy. We haven't got that rejection on the dominance chart. In fact, we've sort of broken out from what it would appear. But that doesn't mean that we can't sort of fall down again. You know, recognize what I said about the money flow index being quite high. And each time we've had serious highs on the weekly money flow index, it has marked a particular high on the dominance chart. So that is something to think about. But a portfolio shouldn't really care about the absolute peak of this right now. Yeah, what we should be looking at is that a peak is due at some point soon, relatively soon, maybe even today. So altcoin portfolios will have their time to shine. Just because you're not making money instantly and immediately doesn't mean you're not going to make it in the next 12 months. This is the whole point I'm trying to put across all the time. This is the easiest part in the market now, where you should basically just have a portfolio and you could put yourself into cryogenic status really for, well, let's just call it 11 months, you know, and then wake yourself up. All the stress will have been gone. You wouldn't have had to deal with the day-to-day chop, which is what you will see. You will get day-to-day chop. You will have big moves up 20%. You'll have big moves down 20%. You'll be up, down, sideways. The only place you're not going to go is left. And all of the portfolios, unless you've really been unlucky and chosen some steaming turds, should all be up significantly from where they are right now. People have got bored of this market, and I understand that. That's part of the trick of a market, is to bore you out of it, or to scare you out of it. But I'm not scared at all. This looks like a carbon copy of the last cycle. And I don't really see any difference. The only anomalies are that obviously you had the March crash and then the big run up from that. But outside of that, even when it comes to time, you know, within a few months here and there, it's more or less a carbon copy of the previous cycle. So we're waiting now for it to complete. If it is a carbon copy of the previous cycle, then we know what's going to happen in the next 12 months. Well, that's a bit of a strong word, no, but we can presume and project that it's going to break out and we're all going to make a load of money. You know, within the next 12 months. All this now with people talking about, oh, shall I buy, I don't know, XRP at 55 or should I buy it at 52? I don't know. I'll be like, what's the target? What's the end game? Are you trading? Because if you're trading, you shouldn't really be asking me exactly to the penny where you're going to be buying something. If you're looking for confidence, then zoom out. Recognize what it is that we're looking at. We're looking at a carbon copy of the previous cycle. So the projection would be that we're all going to end up with much higher prices than you are today. So try not to get too picky about exactly to the penny or the fraction of a cent where it is that you're buying these things. If you've got confidence in the market, you believe like I do that it's going to complete in the same way that it did last time, then really, all of these prices, all of them, fair game. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Nothing to say. If I see you on the Patreon tonight, that would be great. If I don't worry. Just have a nice day and take it easy.